What's up, motherfuckers?
And on that note, this is a second take, so it's still funny as first.
Yeah. It didn't record.
Merry Christmas Eve!
Yeah. Merry Christmas Eve.
It's a wrestling agenda. And
Santa's going to come in the morning, give you packages. Maybe his package. You don't know.
there's also going to be a sweet little thing under the tree from Santa.
Yeah.
If Cody would dye his beard white, he'd be Santa. Because it's the wrestling agenda's top 5 male wrestlers of the year. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today is all about the women wrestlers.
The ladies.
Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single
single
ladies. I don't know anything about the words, but that's all right.
That's okay. You're not supposed to.
Yeah. Anyway.
Not divas around here.
No, only talented women wrestlers.
Yes.
So if you're missing anything, this is the back half of Christmas Extravaganza.
Yes.
We had tag teams yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Matches the day before.
Yup.
And shows were the first kickoff day.
Yes, it was.
You can find all those, of course, on YouTube. They'll be labeled appropriately. It'll be like, watch this.
Bitch.
And listen here.
Ass.
So, yeah. Top 5 women wrestlers.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
We both have a honorable mention, and
Yes.
it's the same person.
Yes, it is.
Which is Ember Moon.
Ember Moon, because she's going to be a star next year.
Yep. Going to be a massive star next year.
Yes, she is.
Even if it's just NXT, who gives a fuck? She's going to be amazing.
She's going to be the women's division.
She was my screensaver for 3
Long
months.
She's so
Until I saw the Kenny Omega Okada
Wrestle
Kingdom 11 promo.
I think it still should be Ember Moon, but yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I get it. She's gonna jump right in after Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not, but it's
Probably
fine.
not. It'll probably be Kenny holding a belt.
Oh, if it is, so help us God. It'll never be off. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my back.
But yeah, Ember Moon.
So Ember Moon has been nothing but fucking unbelievable
magic.
and she's so small.
I know.
We saw her in NXT, and I was like, wait a second. She's like 4'9".
Yeah. I think she's
bigger
5
than that,
even.
Yeah.
But she's about the same
Holy
height.
shit, they make her look way
as
bigger
Asuka.
in programming. That's for sure.
She's always jumping so high and flying so high.
Shit.
And her legs are so big.
Yeah, and she's strong and athletic.
She'll
And
kick your fucking ass.
yeah, she throws mean fucking punches.
I can't wait for her versus Asuka on an actual live show.
Oh my God.
Or on a TV show, on a main event, something, because
They've kind of done nothing with Asuka since Toronto.
They've been having.
And I'm kind of hoping they get fucking Ember Moon out of that weird mid-card thing she's in right now with Liv Morgan and Peyton Royce.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she jumps back up to friggin' right away to fight.
I'm guessing she's going to
Asuka.
lose once, and then she's going to become the Ember Moon that's going to just go throughout 2017.
God,
kicking
she's
ass.
amazing. So I don't know. It's exciting. The only I just don't know. She's going to be amazing next year.
Yep, it's going to be awesome.
Yep, she just premiered too late to put her in this list. I think it's been too good of a year for women's wrestling.
Yes,
To have her.
it's been the year of women's wrestling.
Agreed. I would completely agree with that.
It's the year that it's become equal to the men.
I would agree.
At least to the men's titles. Like, there's no women's tag team, but I don't think there's enough women to do it yet.
Agreed.
It's a someday there will be. I believe it's either in 2 years or 3 years away, but there will be a women's tag team division in WWE.
It got announced this year. There will be a women's style CWC
Yes.
tournament singles.
I really thought it was going to be the next one, but they decided to go with the UK one instead.
Yep.
Which
is
I'm fine with.
Super cool with.
Yeah,
but
I'm fine with them doing
It'll
a
be
tournament
down the
every
road.
2 months. I
Yeah,
don't care.
tournaments
They've
are
all
sweet.
been really good.
Tournaments are fucking rad. But anyway, so without further ado, I'll let Cody kick this off.
My number 5 should be a lot higher if she was where she should be, and that's Bailey.
That's also my number 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, let's go. Back and forth.
Okay. So honorable mention to Becky Lynch. She's had a kind of a goofy year though for me. I don't know. They made her seem really weak all year, and it was really annoying. But
Yeah.
Bailey had an amazing first half of the year as NXT Women's Champion.
Yes.
Completely revitalized everything about the women's division in NXT.
Yes. Her and Asuka.
Yep, her and Asuka, and even Nia.
Nia joined in on that, yes.
Yep, towards the end, Nia joined in, and it was stuff you tuned in to watch.
Which Nia's not on my list. She probably should be.
same.
She probably should be. But
yeah, she was just absolutely fantastic all year. For the first 6 months, they brought her up, and it was really exciting. And then
they didn't use her right.
Slow roll. They're doing a slow roll.
Right.
She's now in the title picture finally.
Right. It's a slow build. Hopefully, it pays off.
Agreed. It was a slow burn, but she will probably be the most over-face women's champion of all time, in my opinion.
Yes. I still think she should have went SmackDown. But if they weren't going to use her
they
right away,
made stars on SmackDown. It's fine.
I know they make stars, but when you have a chance to take a star, why don't you take the star?
Bayley has created my most hated character of 2016, and Izzy.
That started 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but I still hate her.
That's so bad.
Anyway,
we don't even know this little girl.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. All right. I get you.
But yeah, so Bayley was absolutely fantastic, and I think it's going to really pay off in 2017.
Yeah.
But her first half of the year was just incredible.
Yes.
So that was why she made my number 5.
Right. What is your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay.
Yep. And this is kind of interchangeable with my number 3.
Yes.
Which is Sasha. Surprise.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say I'm kind of both. They have had in a year of the amazing women's wrestling we got during the Women's Revolution, these two stuck out.
Yes.
In this year, for sure. Not only were they giving crazy matches, like the Iron Man match we just had. They were breaking records and,
main eventing pay-per-views.
Main eventing pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But all the time putting on fantastic shows.
Yes.
It did get a little repetitive towards the end. But I felt like Charlotte was number 4 to number 3. They were both kind of fluid, interchangeable.
Yes.
But I was really impressed with them both this year. It was fantastic. They made me love women's wrestling again.
Okay.
So I definitely got tired towards the end, but
yes, I understand that.
That's my number 4.
My number 4, I'm actually cheating. It's a 3-way tie. It's Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. And it all started with that event or that match at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, yeah, which was
match of the night, probably
for me.
Probably,
yep.
It's kind of that or the Intercontinental match for me, mostly Intercontinental. But it's the match that brought women's wrestling to everybody. Like, so many people watch WrestleMania, they don't watch anything else, and they changed the game. And ever since then, we've had 8 title reigns between them. Yes, I know.
The
7.
hot potato towards the end.
The hot potato between Sasha and Charlotte.
But it was.
That's why I dropped them down.
Agreed.
They would be 1 and
Same
2, but that's why I brought them down to Becky, because
I don't think they'd be number 1 for me. But
Becky had to make a women's division on SmackDown by herself and try to make stars out of it.
Yep.
And she's succeeded in making at least 1 star, someone who I have on this list higher than them.
Agreed.
And that's why I put her in the same
week booking of Becky is what
right.
It's the same reason the club didn't make my top 5.
Right.
And it breaks my heart.
Booking
because I
doesn't.
love Becky.
You're right. Booking
like
doesn't touch me for these lists. I don't.
It does.
It's all emotional for me. Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. Okay, it should have been a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. Like, we can agree on that. Bayley should have been in on that. It should have been the 4 horsewomen. But since they didn't do that, I have to keep the 3 of the 4 horsewomen together, because they're the ones that started it. They're the ones that are going to take the torch and run with it as far as they can, make as many stars along the way. That's why I have them all 3 together.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Alexa Bliss, the star that Becky made.
Very nice.
Alexa Bliss has done so many amazing things on SmackDown. And I did not think that's what was going to happen. Like, yeah, she was on NXT and she was okay. She was not this way.
She was very on SmackDown. On NXT.
She was okay. She was a manager.
She's completely
for
revitalized
that.
her.
Nah.
The second half of 2016 for her has been nothing but amazing.
Yeah.
To becoming the second ever women's SmackDown champion.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Goddamn, does that belt look good on her?
Fuck. Oh, my God. It's huge on her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's hilarious and kind of adorable.
And you look at that. At that women's division, and if you just wrote the names down with no storyline, and before all this stuff happened, and you saw Becky at the top,
then Nikki Bella would
Nikki
next.
Bella.
Yeah, you would thought.
You'd have Nikki Bella, Natalia, Naomi. I would have put Carmella higher than Alexa at the time.
Same here.
And Alexa has shot all the way to the top
Yep.
with her stories with Becky.
Agreed. And she's been nothing but entertaining as fuck with it.
She doesn't mess up in the ring.
Nope.
She
Her
tells
promos are good.
She tells better stories in the ring with her freaking out.
Gosh, yeah.
Better than 90% of the men.
She does it better than Charlotte does the same thing. In my
Charlotte does it, but
opinion,
it doesn't.
in the heel
It doesn't.
mannerisms, but like
It's not the same because
Yeah,
she's
but
not the small.
it's not as believable. And like when Alexa throws a tirade, it's believable. Like,
Yeah.
she's unstable in a
She's
fun way.
unstable. And the cool thing about her is she's a heel, but she's an underdog heel.
She is. Yeah, you never expected her to beat Becky for the title.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I was going to be okay with whoever won that
Yeah,
match.
and spoiler alert, this is my number 2. So,
Alexa's
yeah.
your number 2.
Yeah,
okay.
so
Alexa, see,
I'm also kind of, that's why I'm chiming in the whole
we
time,
love
but-
heels. We've always loved heels.
Same.
They're really good. Steve Austin, as much as you love him, he was a heel.
Yep.
He was a heel that everyone cheered for. Alexa Bliss, when have we ever had a heel underdog?
Yep.
Ever. I can't think of one, at least one that succeeded.
Not the one that succeeded. Maybe
No.
Eddie Guerrero? Is he considered a heel?
Eddie
I don't
was
think so.
Eddie. I would
think
say
he's
he's
a
a heel.
tweener.
If we're gonna say Steve Austin was a heel, he
Yeah,
was a heel.
I
He did
would
heel
say, like,
tendencies.
Current day, he's a tweener. But
Current
like,
day, yes. Current day, he would have been pushed to the top.
back in the day, he was a fucking heel. Like,
Yeah,
so
but I've never
that's
seen
kind of the way
someone who's full blown heel because she's not a tweener. She
straight
hates
up
the
heel.
crowd. She hates everybody but herself,
Yeah.
and she's an underdog. No, like there's you want even the casual fan wants to cheer for her because she's so small, but then she starts talking and they're like, well,
so mean.
what do I do?
Yeah, she's so mean.
And we're just like, oh my God, she's an underdog. And then she opens her mouth and we're like, yes, kill him. Let's go.
Yep.
And she's so good in the ring. Her finisher's great.
Fantastic.
I don't know. That's why I rate her higher than the Horsewomen.
Same here.
Because she's the first star that was born because of the Horsewomen.
Same here.
But yeah.
Okay, who's your number 2? Since my number 2 was Alexa Bliss.
Oh yeah, because your 5, 4, and 3 were the
Were the
3.
Horsewomen minus Becky.
Right, because you
Yep.
put her at honorable mention.
Yep.
My number 2 is Sexy Star
Okay.
because of what she's done
Can
for.
I take this? Because that's my number 1.
Go right
Okay.
ahead, buddy.
You just gave me the old tagaroo.
Go right
So,
ahead.
Sexy Star, while we're talking about a year of women's wrestling and, oh, look at all these barriers that people are breaking.
Yes.
She not only held the Gift of the Gods Championship,
Which is their Money in the Bank.
Which is Money in the Bank,
Yeah.
which has never been held by a woman wrestler before. To be fair, it's a young promotion.
To be fair, she's the second winner, third winner.
Third.
Okay.
No, third. No.
Second.
Second. Yep. you're
Chavo,
right,
then
second.
her, right?
Yep. Chavo and then her.
And
it's
then Mundo this
it's
year.
flip-flopped because it's a title.
Right. It's
but
a
yeah,
title, but
yeah.
you know what I mean.
So not only did she win, it's kind of, I would put that on the equivalent of China winning the Intercontinental Belt.
Yes.
It's going to be a thing that's going to be around for a long time that a lot of people are going to hold. It's kind of the secondary belt on it's the
It's
second,
theirs. It is theirs.
It's the second
secondary
biggest belt on Lucha.
It kind of has the same concept of the X division in later years where you
Agreed.
could cash it in.
Yep, agreed. And so not only holding that, but then at Aztec Warfare 3,
Yes.
which is the equivalent of the Royal Rumble, but with way sweeter rules.
Yeah, there's no over the top. It's only pins, submissions,
Yep.
and it's hardcore.
Yep.
Yes.
So with way better rules. Anyway,
3 of the most entertaining matches I've ever watched.
agreed. And she had a solid body of work all year.
Yes.
Against
All
predominantly males.
Well, yeah, because they don't have the WWE rules of women on women, men on men.
it's a lot of women on men.
Yes,
that sounded
which
bad,
a lot of
but you know what I mean.
a lot of indie promotions do that.
Yeah, which is fine, and a lot of the times it doesn't work out. It's obviously one-sided,
Right.
And it looks kind of shitty.
Sometimes it is. Yes.
Yeah, and it looks shitty a lot of the time. But Sexy Star made people fucking believe in her.
Yeah.
Like completely won the crowd over. And in this promotion, speaking only Spanish is still kind of a detriment.
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah, you've noticed that like the people who can speak English usually get a little higher on the card.
Yes.
Sexy Star speaks only Spanish.
Yes.
Never
Along
spoken,
with Pentagon Jr.
Yep, has never spoken and Matanza doesn't speak. Mil
At
Muertes
all.
has a mouthpiece.
Yep.
They don't speak English. Like
A couple of them have mouthpieces to talk, like
yeah,
you said.
Matanza and,
Yeah.
But
Dr. Wagner Jr.
Agreed. But Sexy then Aztec Warfare 3 beat what was seemingly unsurmountable odds.
Mm-hmm.
It was her and Mil Muertes,
Yes.
who is a 2-time champion, Lucha Underground champion, or was he just the longest reigning?
He's the longest reigning. I didn't know if he won it twice.
Monster Matanza was in this match.
Yes.
Who Sexy has a history with as well.
Who is the Brock Lesnar of them?
Yes.
Pretty much. Brock, what?
The more talented Brock Lesnar.
If Brock Lesnar was back, old Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
not talking this Brock Lesnar.
2002 Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
had a lucha personality
and was 4 inches shorter and was faster.
Yeah, and was way faster and scarier.
Yeah, he's Biggie Langston, but he gets to be Brock Lesnar at the same time.
Agreed. Yeah, it's some kind of weird hybrid baby.
So yeah, it's a weird combination. It's almost like Albert.
Yeah, and anyway, so Mil Muertes beats him, and you're like, oh shit, it's Mil Muertes and fucking
Sexy
Star.
Yeah.
That's not gonna end good.
Well, you were hoping.
Yeah, and like he knocked her unconscious.
Yeah.
Took her up to the top rope and laid out a table, and it wasn't a cheeky win. I'm thinking it sound cheeky, but she fucking beat him.
Yes, she did.
She beat the unsurmountable odds.
What she had to go through, it doesn't matter if it was a roll up or a backslide.
Yeah,
like
she fucking went through hell.
She went through hell.
She won the Lucha Underground Championship.
Yes.
Which is the equivalent of the WWE World Championship.
Yes.
It's there
for their promotion. Yes.
Yeah, there's no belt like it in their promotion. It's a belt that's only been held by men.
Yes.
It was a glass ceiling shattering moment.
Yes.
That was just ridiculous in so many ways. It made you, I don't know if I'm going to sound like a ginormous pussy right now.
Yeah.
But it made you tear up because
it did.
It showed, and she was crying obviously the whole time because it meant a lot to her. Lucha has since it began to her.
Yeah.
She promptly retired like a week afterwards.
Yes, she lost the title
and
she retired. She's now a kickboxer or boxer or something.
And that's perfectly fine.
She unmasked.
Like, she had an amazing moment.
Yeah.
And in 2016, that I think, it transcends a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I don't know if it was my moment of 2016, but it was easy top 5 for me. It was a culmination of a career of struggles for her.
Yes.
Through a table shattering, she won.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really poetic and beautiful. And it was the way things should be done. It was fantastic.
It was beautiful and it was great and it was done right. I would have liked it if she lost for the title 2 or 3 times beforehand. And it would have been her overcoming the odds again. I know this is amazing that it came out of nowhere, and it's like you didn't think it was going to happen. And the only reason I don't put it,
especially after losing the gift of the Gods Championship,
right?
Yeah, you're like, well, that was her one shot at ever getting getting the.
Obviously, they're not going to do it. The only reason I don't put it higher than Chyna's is because the Intercontinental Championship had so much history beforehand. This belt's 3 years old. 4 years old now. That's the only reason why. Yeah, you can say it's
promotion that is.
It's gaining ground.
That is gaining ground. That has been. This is a huge fucking risk to put it.
It is a huge risk. Yes.
On a woman. Like it really.
They didn't really take a risk. They gave it to her and then took it away from her a week later.
It's still a risk.
I know it's a risk.
And this is like Maria Kanellis. If she could wrestle on winning the TNA fucking.
This would be like
Bobby Lashley.
This would be like if Asuka won the WWE Championship.
Yeah, that's even better because
Asuka and Sexy can go and they're very similar.
But yeah, it's like Asuka beating AJ Styles.
Could happen. Never know.
Well, it's not more. It's more like beating Roman Reigns, but.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
closer.
A heel Roman Reigns.
A heel Roman
That's
Reigns.
actually a perfect analogy.
Yes.
But
Because they actually move a lot. They're really
Similar.
close.
They're
yeah,
very similar
They're very
wrestlers.
quick, and they don't do a lot of moves, but the moves they do really well. They do well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, but yeah,
It's the only time you'll hear me praise
it was
Roman
an
Reigns.
Yeah, it was an same. But it was an amazing, shattering moment
Yes.
for me, and I felt like it's the equivalency of everything going on is what won me over for it.
Right.
So I don't know. And there's been like shit indie promotions who have put their belt on women before.
Yeah.
But never one that has a TV deal on a semi-major network.
It's not very major. We had to pay extra to get it, but
We
yes.
did, but
Yeah. But
it was worth it.
It was worth it.
You have to pay extra to get HBO.
Yeah,
That's the shit.
That's different. It's because it's a premium channel. The reason I don't hold it that high, though, is because people like Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man held that belt.
Stepping belt title, though. That's the
It
thing.
was the belt that everyone cared about, though.
It was, but that's also.
I know. I know. It
Chris
was.
Benoit was a U.S. champion. Like, you know.
That's different.
There's been a lot of great U.S.
That's
champions,
different.
and now nobody wants that fucking title. I'm pretty sure you can't put it on people anymore.
Who did she beat for that title?
Who did she beat for what title?
The Intercontinental
Jeff
Championship.
Jarrett.
Who she lost it to Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, yeah.
She beat Chris Jericho for that
I
title.
mean, Chris Jericho sucks.
Chris Jericho is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
He might be the greatest wrestler of all time.
He's up there.
so.
I'm not taking anything away from it. I hold Chyna in a higher regard because she only wrestled men. And Sexy
That's what
Sexy
Sexy
does
does.
too. I know, just let me finish.
Okay.
She when there was a women's division, she said fuck that. That would be she went back down. She only wrestled people like Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Chris Jericho. I understand Sexy Star does that because the whole company's that way. But it was different at the time.
I feel like in 10 years when we revisit this and we're millionaires
You're
in
right.
our Ferraris and we're
You're
listening
right.
to this episode,
You're right.
we're going to have rose-colored glasses for this moment, though, too.
Yes. Oh, I love this moment.
Because that's, I know.
I love
And
Sexy.
it's a beautiful moment and everything, but like I'm saying, like give this time.
Yes.
We're gonna see this with rose-colored glasses, the same way we saw China with the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
I think it'll mean just as much. I think it'll be more to us. We're gonna be like, remember that time that Lucha Underground?
If Lucha Underground keeps
Drew.
going,
They'll keep going.
if Lucha Underground keeps going and somehow get a deal from a network or this network takes off, because not a lot of people get to see El Rey.
It's okay.
Is it though?
It really is. They have really good, consistent talent. They have a really bad wannabe Stone Cold black guy.
The Mac?
The Mac.
I love the Mac.
Because he's Stone Cold. He's Black Stone Cold.
He's the man.
He
He's
could've been-
really good.
He could have been Cold Stone Tim Boston, and you would have been like, "Yeah, that's fine, I guess."
He
Get
gives,
him a leather
he
jacket.
gives the
and you
middle.
still
He
like
gives
him.
the middle finger and does the stunner. Other than that, he does a lot of really good moves that Stone Cold couldn't even try.
It's Stone Cold.
Don't.
It's gimmick infringement.
It's not. The stunner was a move before Stone Cold. It's a move after.
Fingers into the stunner. Were not.
No, they weren't. I will
But
give you that
anyway,
one.
So yeah, that's why Sexy Star is my number one.
Okay.
And in a year where you look at women's wrestling, it was just a glass shattering moment that we didn't see coming at all. So
Okay. My number one, which I'm guessing was your number two, because you didn't say your number two. You just clicked over
2
to
was
one.
Alexa Bliss.
Oh.
6 was Asuka.
6 was Asuka. My number one is Asuka.
I knew it was.
I look at Asuka the way I look at Sexy Star. Yes, Sexy Star beat a man for her championship, but Asuka has
Beat
changed
the most over-faced champion of all time in NXT.
by not even letting her tap out,
Nope,
by
passing
choking
out.
her out. Then Mickey James came up and she truly choked her out. That's why she tapped so fast.
Okay, Asuka's amazing.
Asuka's amazing.
If you're listening to this podcast, you know Asuka's fucking amazing.
Yes,
I
Asuka's-
think why I didn't put Asuka higher was because the level of competition around her is shit
right now, yes, I understand.
and that's the only reason. Like, as you've noticed, she takes long breaks because right now, like
they have to
like
build
Asuka
people to
said,
fight
like,
her.
Like Asuka says, no one's ready to fight her.
No one's ready for Asuka.
Yeah, no one ready for Asuka.
No.
Yeah, and it's true because
Right.
it was Bailey and then it was Nia, and Nia was kind of
Naya's
ready.
not ready now. Naya's not ready to be on the main roster as much as I love her.
But like we just talked about, like NXT women, like there's nobody close to the level of Asuka.
Asuka right now, which it sounds weird, she is the Brock Lesnar of the NXT.
Oh, yeah.
She
I would say that.
She doesn't need to be on the regular show.
She's a weird.
She shows up every once in a while on the regular show, but the second takeover starts, like a takeover is coming, you know Asuka's going to murder somebody, or somebody's going to show up to try to test Asuka, and it's going to be one of the best women's matches of the year.
I hope so.
Her versus Bayley was better than anything the main roster put on this year for a women's match, I think.
Oh, it was crazy.
I probably put the triple threat at Mania higher, but
unstoppable force of Asuka, and you're like, can anyone stop Asuka? Like, fuck, I don't. If anybody can, it's Bayley.
If anyone can, it's Bayley.
Bayley didn't, and it should make us hate Asuka, but you can't. Like, she's still super. Like, I'm fucking in love with Asuka, but yeah.
Asuka.
That's the only reason she didn't make my top 5, though. I want to be clear.
Is because of what's around her.
Because
I understand that.
I felt like she.
I understand that.
Had a myth 2016. Like she had Bayley, Nia Jax, and
Bayley again.
A one-off with Bayley, Nia Jax, and then a one-off with Mickie James. And the Nia Jax stuff wasn't great. I'm sorry, it's because of Nia, not because of Asuka. But
right. Once again, I do this. I don't.
No.
I don't base it off booking. I understand.
Get where you're coming out of. Yeah.
I think Asuka's the best women's wrestler. I want to say in the world right now. When it comes to storytelling, all around wrestling ability, she can't cut a promo. She doesn't need to. All she has to say is 3 words, 4 words, 5 words.
Yep.
Nobody ready for Asuka. She's right. No one went. Pfft. No one started laughing.
Nope.
When Nia was talking shit to her, and she just said, "You talk too much," and then beat her ass. Perfect. It was like Shinsuke. I'll see you in Dallas.
Yeah, Sami Zayn. I'll see you in Dallas.
He said, Sami Zayn, I'll see you in Dallas. That's the only words he spoke. He never showed up on the show. And that made the match. Just him saying that. And Asuka's close to the same person. And I
completely agree.
I have high hopes for Asuka for many years to come. And I think
the clock's ticking a little
The clock
bit.
might be ticking because she is older.
She is older.
She's in her 30s.
Yep. Well, mid-30s.
Yes.
I think she's the same age as Mickie. Didn't we? Yeah, we looked that up.
She's 2 years younger than Mickie.
2 years younger than Mickie. And
and Mickey's coming back.
Yep.
So maybe we'll get another Mickie-Asuka match, which would be fine. But the reason nobody's
how fucking shallow WWE is.
Right.
They're not going to let them wrestle well into their 40s, like Triple H.
Yeah, I understand that. The reason nobody's ready for Asuka is nobody's as good as Asuka. That's why I have her as number 1.
I agree. It's a good pick.
If I could, the best match of the year, if we could somehow get her to stop boxing and put her mask back on, would Sexy Star versus Asuka.
Oh, yeah. Because they're on even footing, it felt.
That would main event any pay-per-view in any promotion. I would put it as a main event of WrestleMania.
Fuck yeah, I would too. I'd pay lots to see that. Yeah.
I would spend $600, $700, thousands of dollars to sit as close as possible for that match only. That match could have happened at WrestleMania 32 and everything else could have been shitty. I wouldn't have given a shit. It would have been awesome.
No, I don't blame you. I completely
because I'm not trying to take anything away from Sexy.
No.
Sexy's amazing.
No, I know
Sexy
you're not. Yep.
did so many good things,
But
and she did it against men. She did it against other women.
Fuck, I think Asuka should be fighting men right now.
She probably could.
I know she could, but I'm just saying, her Samoa Joe, they're the same fucking person. That'd be a banger of a match.
Ooh.
You're smiling right now. But
I'm smiling because I want to see it, but I don't. Because Joe's not going to take it easy on her. She's still smaller than he is.
That's all right.
I don't think he needs to. You're right.
They have the exact same finisher almost, except she chicken wings them.
Yeah.
It's the exact same finisher. The Asuka lock and the Coquina clutch.
Coquina clutch, rear naked choke.
Yep. And then it's just a chicken wing clutch.
I would really like. You mentioned it earlier. I would really like to see AJ versus Asuka.
That'd be fucking fantastic.
I think it might go. If it happened, it might. It could go down as one of the greatest matches of all time.
That's why I want to see her in the Rumble personally. But
she could show up in the Rumble. Usually, it's a more imposing woman that shows up.
Like Nia.
I'm guessing Nia Jax will be in it. Because your women that have been in are Chyna, Beth Phoenix. Did Natalya go in once?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then it was Karma.
I don't think so.
Karma was the third one.
Yeah, but I doubt Nia's in
Awesome
year.
call.
It'll be another year or two before Nia does it. But anyway, yeah, I completely agree. So
Yeah.
we'll pack
It's
up the
what a
agenda
great year for women's wrestling.
Fantastic year.
All around the globe.
They were doing it in the indies. They were doing it in the mains.
Yeah.
That's my major gripe with New Japan Wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that their women are they don't have
look
solid spots.
They don't really look well on women.
No, which is maybe a cultural thing too. I don't
Yeah, I mean, Asuka came from a completely different
Yeah.
Promotion in Japan.
Yeah,
Which is understandable.
it was Dragon Gate, wasn't it?
I believe she was in Dragon Gate. She came from
or it was All Pro Wrestling.
Are you talking about Is All Japan still there? All Japan was the one that was before New
I think
Japan.
it's still an offshoot of New Japan.
Okay.
It's like their NXT kind of.
Okay. One person I do want to mention real quick that I think is going to have a really good 2017 is Tessa Blanchard.
I will say my 2017 to look out for would be Carmella.
You're not going to add anything to Tessa? I did it because I thought you were going to go off and be like, oh, yeah.
She's going to have an awful 2017.
Awful?
Yeah, she's going to be pregnant most of the time.
With Ricochet's baby?
Yeah.
The greatest wrestler ever is soon to be born.
Yep.
Yes.
It'll be...
I'll be okay with that.
I know this is Christmas Eve and all, but guys, there'll be a new Christmas when Tessa Blanchard has Ricochet's baby. So,
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to follow that star to Sacramento or wherever the fuck they live.
And you know
Orlando.
who? Yep. And it's going to main event WrestleMania 64 against Daniel Bryan's son.
Three wise men will...
against Daniel Bryan's
Hulk
son.
Hogan, Stone Cold, and Ric Flair will show up at their home with Frank Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yep.
What a great Christmas-themed episode, just talking about Tessa Blanchard having a baby with Ricochet.
That baby versus Daniel Bryan's son and I don't know. What's another one?
Asuka and Shinsuke.
Cody Rhodes.
Isn't that the
Cody
one you wanna
Rhodes
say?
and what's her name? Eden? No. What's her name? What's Cody Rhodes' wife's name? Brandy. What was it? Because it was Eden or something in WWE.
I was wondering why you went Eden on that.
Yeah, it was Eden and it was Eden in NXT. Their baby. Their baby versus Ricochet's baby.
As long as they don't put it in fucking face paint and a jump onesie, like, cool.
It's gonna be the American Nightmare Jr.
I like it. Yeah, because the American Nightmare is already taken. So
Yeah.
I know it's so good.
It's gonna be the
We're gonna
night.
talk about it
It's gonna be
forever.
the American Night Terror.
Ooh, I like it. Oh my god, so many dream themes. I love it.
The lucid American dream.
And then his son can be the great grandson of the plumber.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well,
So this got a little bit out of hand.
it always does. That's how we like to do
That's how we
things
usually
around
do
here.
it. So Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Christmas.
Yep. Make sure to check your internet on Christmas if you have it available.
Yeah,
For
check your
Wrestling Agenda
intranet.
Club.
We'll be on the web.
It'll be
on the net.
It's mostly built for laptops and computers right now, but
That's all right.
I'm working on a mobile. It's a work in progress still, but I would definitely want to get it out there for Christmas for you guys. So,
Well, that's good because it's tomorrow.
yep, and it's going to be our Christmas present to you.
Yeah.
Along with a sweet top 5 of our top 5 male wrestlers of 2016.
The biggest list we're going to do.
Yep, it's going to be
Well, not biggest, same size.
Yeah,
most important.
I think we'll fight a lot on it, but you never know.
Oh, we'll probably fight on it because wrestlers that you're going to have at 1 and 2 aren't going to be on my list.
At all? You don't know my list. Stop it. Anyway.
Because I saw your tag, we just talked about tag teams yesterday, I know who your number 1 is. Like, honestly, it has to be.
You don't know that.
Well, he's not on my list, just a heads up.
That's fucked up. But anyway. As always, I've been Kyle. You can find me at WAKyle316.
And I'm Cody. I'm at WA Cody Long.
And as always, guys, Dawnbreaker, play us out.
Too fucking